Good afternoon. It is Saturday, the 19th of October. It's 2:30 p.m. in the UK. Welcome to the channel The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I am player of games. But it's not my story, it's not your story. Today's story is Real Racing 3. And I do actually have quite a few things to go through. So I'm going to go through an update on the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid Limited Series. And then I'm going to take the Aston Martin ONE-77 exclusive series to 100%. I'm going to do the V for Victory time trial and see if I can improve on that. I'm going to do the weekly time trial. And then one of the members in yesterday's stream asked if I could race the Hennessey Venom F5. So I'm going to do that. Let's go, Chiefs. Welcome along. He goes, let's go. So, yeah, let's go. Right. Let me first off just go through the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid Limited Series. So let me just share my iPad screen. 1 second. There we go, up there. Let's get it on the old share screen. On the old window and share. There we go. Let's get a bit of sound. We don't need sound at the moment, but we'll put it on just for the sake of it being on. I'm a little bit low, so let's just get that turned up just a little. There we go. Right. So a number of you in the chat yesterday commented on the fact that there was a problem with Tier 13, the first race in Tier 13, which was a speed record, I think, on the national circuit of Americas. Now, what I've done, I'll actually share another screen. 1 second. There we go. Let's share that. Okay, so I have gone to the Real Racing 3 page, just to on X, just to see if they're commenting on it. And no surprise here, they've not commented it at all. And indeed, they only put up a comment to do with the Puma limited series being released. I think it was 20 hours ago now. So at some point yesterday. So they've not acknowledged there's a problem with that particular race in Tier 13. And that doesn't come as a surprise to me. I have seen some of the comments that people have made about it being hard. Now, I want to do a couple of things here, because I do think as a result, people probably, if they really do need to get this car, they are going to upgrade a little bit more than what they've done previously. I kind of understand the idea of waiting. If you consider this is a motorsport car, you're going to top your end dollars out at 250,000. So my understanding is at best you're going to get to about 48%, and then you've run out of M dollars in terms of earning anymore. So it's going to take you 2 days to get close to that particular tier. And then I think you are probably best waiting towards the end of the time that's available to race in that as to what to do. But I've noticed the following. So if I share my iPad screen again, now this is with my lowly spec car. So if I go into the series, you'll see that the third race there is a cup on the national circuit, which I think is the same circuit that people are struggling with in terms of a speed record. it does look like you've either got to do 220 kilometers per hour or 136 miles per hour. And my car, as it stands at the moment, if you look at that, it's only got 7 upgrades applied to it, and it's only sitting at 126 miles per hour. So you've got to upgrade specifically, by the looks of it, the relevant upgrade components that help you improve your overall speed. I noticed in the stream yesterday that the engine does top out in this car, and indeed it struggles going up hills quite significantly. So I thought, hang on a minute, I wonder, did I go down any hills, and what was the top speed of the car when it was going downhill? So let me just, which stream? It was that one, right? So let me just, this is a screenshot that I took of my race yesterday on the Puma, and it was on specifically a different track, but it was going downhill. So let me just share that screen now if I can find it. I think is it that one? Yes, it is. There we go. Right. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but that's effectively going downhill on the Belgian Grand Prix. And even though my car has a maximum speed of 226 miles per hour, you can potentially go more when you're doing when you're going downhill effectively. Now, I don't think it will be as good as this, because this is quite an extreme downhill section, but it's hitting 129 miles per hour. So one of the things that I've noticed, so now let me go back to the game. Okay. All right. This may or may not work, but I just want to show it as an example. If I go into that cup for the national circuit, the American Grand Prix, and I'm going to treat it as if it's a speed record, and I'm going to show you something that's quite interesting. And if you've got a car, therefore, that's more upgraded, you might be able to get a bit closer. But let's have a look. So I'm just going to stay all the way back from all the other opponents. I'm not racing. I'm actually going to turn the car around and go in the opposite direction. As you can see right here, I'm going up a hill. Now, I'll just pause it there. Normally, this bit of section here is typically where you've got the fastest part of the track. Now, I did this earlier, and with this car, I can only get up to 118 miles per hour. And I think that's quite significant. So I'm going to now stop the car. I'm going to reverse round. There we go. And I'm just going to go a little bit slow here. But the first thing we go is downhill. So there's no, there we go. And look at the speed that I get to at this section going in the wrong direction. You don't need to put brake assist on, because brake assists are not applicable when you're going in the wrong direction. But look what I get up to, 122 miles per hour. So you may still not achieve it, because my understanding is if we applied the 10 upgrades that I currently haven't applied, that upgrade the top speed to at least 136 miles per hour, it's still going to fall short. There it's falling short by 4 miles per hour. So you can make an estimate it's still going to fall short. But for those that have upgraded the car and are stuck at that particular speed record, I wonder if simply just doing it in reverse, specifically going down the hill, will have an impact on having a higher speed record. At the very least, maybe finishing third place as opposed to first. So then at least you can open up the next section. I think that's worth giving it a shot. I'm just going to quit that, because I'm not interested. But it's something that I've noticed about this car. Flat surfaces, it's nowhere near hitting its maximum speed. Going uphill, it's absolutely terrible. But going downhill, it will go a lot quicker than its suggested maximum speed. So again, just something to bear in mind with this car and trying to complete tier 13. That's really all I had to say on that particular section. I'm quite happy now with all that's gone on with this particular limited series, that my decision of not going and competing in this series and therefore wasting any gold, and instead buying the car outright when it comes available with a 20% discount because it's M dollars, at the moment for me seems to be definitely the right decision. As I said, especially as in the motorsport section, the car itself doesn't open up any new series. Now, let me just leave that there, and I'll share again the Real Racing Freeze X account, and I'll read out what they've said because it is quite interesting. So hopefully you can, let me see if I can just go into that. There we go. Right. What is important? Let me just make sure that is on screen. Yeah. Okay. What is important to realize here is what they are actually saying. So the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid makes its way into Real Racing 3. You can earn this car right now by participating in its very own limited time series event. Now, this is the bit that's interesting. It says, be sure to grab the second car of our WR series so you don't miss out on a future event. So, obviously, it's not coming in this release. Will it be in the next release? It sounds to me there will be some form of series that requires the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid. So, I still think my approach of just not wasting gold on this car and buying it because it's M dollars seems to be the most, or rather the least costly exercise specifically in regard to this car. But again, we'll just have to wait and see on this. So to me, it doesn't look like they're going to release any updates. I have checked what updates have come down, and there hasn't been a Real Racing 3 one, but we'll see. In fairness to Real Racing 3, they do tend to be quite slow on commenting when there's an error, so I reckon we're going to be waiting at least until Tuesday or Wednesday before, if there is an issue or they think there's an issue there, they actually comment on it. So that's enough said about that car. I'm not going to revisit that series unless Real Racing 3 comment on it, or indeed there is a some form of update in Real Racing 3 released to our devices. So my target today, if you can see, my gold at the moment is at 586. So I'm slowly but surely building. Oh no, you can't see because I'm not showing my screen. Hold on a second. Let me just go back in and share my screen. There we go. Right. So you'll see at the moment I'm on 586 gold. So I'm building that back up quite nicely. So my target for the end of next week was to be over 1,000, and it's looking good. It's looking like I will hit that target. Fingers crossed. But at the moment, it's looking good. So I've got the Aston Martin ONE-77 exclusive series, currently sitting at 88%. And my target today is to take that up to 100% and therefore earn 50 gold. Apparently, I get some R dollars as well, but I really don't care about R dollars at this moment in time. So let's get on and let's see if I can get this up to 100%. So the first normal race that I've got to do is in tier 12, and it's an elimination on Mount Panorama. Okay. So as always, stay out of trouble, keep to the right, slow down so I don't come off the track. I'm already up to 4th. Looks like I'm going to be in 2nd. I reckon I might even get 1st as I come up to this corner. There we go. Look at this. There we go. Into 1st. Almost 200 yards ahead. Worst I can finish is going to be 6th. Let's get this one in the bag. Now I'm going to have to do at least 1 lap around. I need to keep my wits about me. There we go. So I'm in 1st. Worst I can finish, I reckon, now is 4th. I'm 500 yards ahead. UN Beat says that was a smooth turn. Thank you very much. On occasion, I have my moments. They are few and far between, but I do try my best, and on occasion, it pays off. Welcome as well. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. And that goes to everybody else who's watching. So the worst I can finish now is 2nd. I am in 1st. I'm 600 yards ahead. I should easily win this. So I am going to slow down just to see if that helps my durability, because I have got quite a few races to do today. There we go. 1 race down, a few more to go. That's 1st. That's the elimination done. And that should mean tier 12 complete. So the next tier that's available is tier 14, and it's a speed record. So this is around Circuit de Catalunya, and it's the club circuit. So it's one of the really short circuits. So this will be interesting about where I need to be. 165 miles per hour. So I'm going to reverse. And I'm going to start a little bit back from the speed, from the start line. There we go. So that should mean, there we go. UN Beats, well, can you teach how control speed so we get maximum turn with no drifting tires? Okay, so in fairness, what I do, I don't have typically all the assists turned off. So like, for example, at the moment, I've got traction control off. I've got brake assist on low, but I still leave steering assist on high. If I just okay that. The other thing is if I go into the joystick control, the steering sensitivity, I've turned down to 0 and I've had it calibrated. So it takes a little bit harder to turn, but what that usually means is you don't lose traction. Now, as you watch me, you'll see that I do lose traction, but very rarely. And then when I'm doing the events, quite often I'll turn the brake assist off, knowing that I'll need to brake late into the corner. Good morning, Carlos. Welcome. Carlos, you'll be glad to hear I've added into the schedule for today. The last event that I'm going to do is the Hennessey Venom F5, which was your suggestion in yesterday's stream. So welcome along. I've got a bit to do first, but we will get onto the Hennessey Venom F5 a little bit later on. It's good afternoon where I am, but yes, I understand it's good morning where you are. Welcome. Right. So you see there, just by going further back, I've been able to get first. So that's another effort done, another one down. UN Beats, in regards to making sure you don't skid, I do find it, like, for example, there you go, I'm skidding there. I do find it's basically time and effort. You naturally get better the more you play this. An example is in the time trials. I'm not the best player on this by any stretch of the imagination, yeah, but I do find just by setting a time and then trying to beat that time helps you improve your driving capabilities in this game. And I'm honest, I'm not one of the best players in this, but I'm good enough to win most of the events and most of the series. I will be doing that. I'll be doing that a little bit later on in the time trials. To try and improve my time, I will be turning the brakes off. Right. So I've got one more event on tier 17, which will mean all the races are done, and I'm then just left with a time trial. So it's a head-to-head. I like my head-to-heads. It's usually a case that I'm victorious in a head-to-head. You're very welcome, Carlos. No problem at all. In fact, you've given me an idea, which again I'll come on to towards the end of the stream. So I'm in second. I've got the overtake done on the inside. I did go a little bit wide, but I kept on the track. I'm only just ahead, but ahead I am. So this should be a slow down enough. Another victory in the bag. There we go. Another victory, another first. UN Beats put, he wants me to turn off all the skill settings and then he'll subscribe. Maybe not today, but I am working on it. So, I consider this like a little bit of an adventure, this. So it's a case of each day improving, each day getting a little bit better, and each day being able to turn some of those skill settings off. But today isn't that day, I'm afraid. But thank you for the comment and thank you for the question. It's a shame I've not earned you a subscription, but hopefully one day I will. Okay, there we go. So I'm at 94%. I've just got the time trials to do. So I've got Mount Panama, the small Red Bull Ring circuit, and the oval circuit at Dubai. So we're just doing one at a time. Again, for me, it doesn't matter if I run out of durability, because in time trials, I just need to complete it cleanly. So in terms of taking this exclusive series up to 100%, I'm not too bothered about setting the fastest lap on the free time trials. The key for me is to get that first, and therefore to get around the lap smoothly without without either going off track or hitting the barriers. Carlos has put he usually turns traction control off or on depending on the car. So previously I've done. I'm currently just doing a test though of always having traction control off, because what I found, it might have been yourself, Carlos, that made this observation. My car is quicker. So long as I can keep it straight, it is quicker. Now, some of you will know that I do like the Ferrari 2023. I think it's tier 20, where I do 20 laps around the American Grand Prix. Now, typically, I'll do a lap in about 119, 120. I've noticed since I've been working hard in improving with the traction control off, I'm doing a lap in under 119. In other words, in the 118s. So I do find having traction control off, if it wasn't yourself, Carlos, I know one of the other people that watched did make this observation as well. The lap time does indeed improve. So I thought, right, as I see, that seems to be an easy one to get to grips with. I'll focus in on that, and then once I've pretty much mastered that, I'll move on to one of the other skill settings being reduced. Okay, so that's the first time trial completed, 96%. On to Red Bull Ring. Let's get on with it. Almost at the edge there. There we go. That's another first. And Carlos has said, yeah, he's discovered that as too. So that's good to hear. Yeah, absolutely. So again, I think in terms of the weekly time trials, although I'm nowhere near getting into Group B, doing those little improvements on a weekly basis, I'm typically now well into Group C quite often. It can only be a matter of time before I start pushing close to getting into Group B's, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm at 98%. I've just got one more race to do. It's the Dubai Autodrome Oval Circuit. So I'm hoping this is a tiny little one. And Collis has put one mistake there when you've lost it. Yep. And you've watched me long enough to know I make quite a lot of mistakes. But that's half the fun. But what I find is even if I lose it, I'm getting better at like capturing the car again. So even if I start skidding and I feel I'm going to lose it, I find I can get it back. There we go. 100%. 100%. So I have now got my gold up above 600, which I'm quite happy about. $50 gold. Apparently I got some more dollars. 636 gold. That's not bad before the end of Saturday. All right, so I've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 8 more days. If I stick to 50 gold a day, might be quite hard doing that, but let's see if I can. I will definitely hit over 1,000 gold before, by the end of next weekend. Somebody's called Manav as looks like he said hello in the chat, or they've said hello in the chat. Welcome along. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for commenting. Right. Okay. So that's one task complete. I have now completed all the exclusive series that I had open. The exclusive percentage has gone up 1% now to 37%. That does mean I've still got a lot of cars to get up to 100% and race in the exclusive series. But that's a tomorrow problem. Well, in fairness, it's a not even a next week problem. It's a week after that problem. But that's something to worry about another day. My road collection percentage is still at 72%, but that's moved on since I started these streams. It was, I think, the first stream I did, it was at 69%. So I've moved up 3%. So we're getting there slowly, Right. So the next thing, I'm not going to do the next thing, but I just want to show. So as I was racing the Aston Martin 177 today to complete the exclusive series, I did do a couple of races this morning in the online event. So I have got that car in a position where I'm due to get 7 gold reward. So that's not too bad. I think the last time we looked at that, I was only on 4. So I've gone up quite a few levels, and I'm going to get 7 gold reward on I think it's Tuesday morning. So that's okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back into the weekly time trial, and I'm going to see, probably not going to happen, but I'm going to see if I can get the Mercedes-Benz C11 a little bit quicker than what it has been. So so always the first few corners need quite some heavy braking, and I always lose it at this corner here. So I'm going to do my best not to lose it. There we go. And now I can turn off brake assist because I don't need brake assist at all coming on in this next corner. But I am still behind. Now this next corner is quite hard, so I'm going to turn brake assist back on. And I've gone off track anyway. So I'm not convinced I'm gonna get any better there, but we'll have a couple of goes and see what happens. Carlos has asked, do I know how much gold it takes to tune F1 2024 just to complete the Sao Paulo event? I don't, but my suspicion is the previous F1 races, it's been about 400 gold that you've had to upgrade the cars to complete it. So I suspect it will be around that. However, I've done what I hope is a little bit sneaky. So what I did is I upgraded a car. I basically, so it's got, on F1, it's got 4 4 upgrade areas, and I upgraded to level 5 in each of those. But then when I completed the last F1 event, which was the British Grand Prix, I didn't select the car that I upgraded. I selected another car. And the reason why I did that is I'm hoping when the Brazilian Grand Prix comes along, that car will then be available to use again. And if it's available to use again, I won't have to spend any gold, is my train of thought. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. But if not, then I reckon it will cost between 400 and 500 gold to complete the Brazilian Grand Prix through obviously upgrading the F1 car to the correct level. But we'll see. I don't think that opens up for quite a few more weeks yet. So, in fact, I'll tell you exactly when, seems like a minute. It's 12 days away. So obviously 12 days is plenty of time for me to make sure I've definitely got enough gold for that event. But we'll see. Have I got it? No, I did not purchase. I did not purchase the early access. I did realize that they didn't word it as exclusive. They worded it as an early access. So that told me it would have been available again in a. Oh, okay. Well, Carlos, we'll see. We'll see whether I'm right on that when it comes up in 12 days' time. I'm hoping I am, but there's a real possibility I've got it wrong. But I thought it was worth giving it a go just to see what happens. Right, I've lost my train of thought now. Yes, weekly time trial. Let's do another one of these. It doesn't look as if I'm going to get much faster than what I've already done, but let's have it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just not quick enough now in those corners. So I think I'll leave that there, and I'll settle for Group C and 50 gold, which I'm quite happy with. Sometimes it's best to know what your limits are, and that would appear to be my limit. So I'll leave that one there for the time being. That's fine. 50 gold on that one. So the other time trial that is open at the moment is the V for Victory. So it's only open now for 9 hours. So again, I'm in Group C. I'm well within Group C. I've got 25 gold. It realistically, again, doesn't look like I'm going to knock 2 seconds off that time and get into Group B. But I'll just give it one more go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. There we go. I'm about neck and neck, maybe just a little bit behind. Yeah, it's nip and tuck. It does look I've in terms of my skill level at the moment, I've maxed this out. Oh, and I just went off track there. Right on the edge. So that was really close because I only just went off track. So I might give this another go. Ah, no, I've gone completely off track there. So there's an example of traction control being off, and I lost the front end, but I'm always able to recover it again. I'm not too worried about going off track now because I'm so far behind. But I'll give that another go. Mr. Ali, the mystery guy, says, "Yo, I'm back. Welcome back." Ask how I'm doing. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for this Saturday afternoon. I hope you are doing well as well. Thank you for asking. I'm not doing very well at this time trial though, so but that's all part of the course. So I'll give this another go, and let's see if I can stay on track this time. Well, it's close again. Oh, look. There we go. I'm already up. There's another bit ahead where I can get a bit more time up as well, so long as I don't go off track, which I haven't. So I'm 0.2 seconds ahead now. But that's not enough. That's not 2 seconds, though, is it? That's the problem. And I'm now dropping all the way back down. I didn't do that last corner particularly well. There we go. There's a bit of time here to be had. I can't see me gaining 2 seconds, but there we go. I'm going to give that another go. I was 0.25 quicker there. Right. So I'm now down to needing an additional 1.834 seconds. Now, as I have not got this car, I'm going to hold off actually doing that because I've only got one drive left. So I might come back to it. Let me come back to that. I think. Let me just have a. Actually, no. Let me just go in. Let me just see. I've got to wait 13 minutes. So the reason why I'm holding off using that. So let me sort of like go through an idea that I had that might sort of generate just a little bit of interest, and you'll get to know potentially how much better you are than me at this game. So Carlos in yesterday's stream asked if I could race the Hennessey Venom F5, and I've had a look at it. I thought it could be a little bit of a game to be had here, a little bit of fun. So let me just first off find the car. Where are you? So the Hennessey Venom F5. So I've currently got this of being 21 upgrades applied out of 28. So at the moment, I have not unlocked it to 100%, and therefore can play in the exclusive series. But if I go to the series that it's available in, the full throttle free for all. And if I go into the time trial, so it's the Italian Grand Prix, I thought what I would do it as a bit of fun is if I played this, go around the lap once, bear in mind I could probably improve and I might do it again tomorrow. You guys could then, sort of like if you have the car, also go around that lap and start reporting into the next stream that I do what your times were and whether or not you were quicker than me. So, yeah, that's what I thought. So apparently my best currently is 121. So that'll be interesting if I can do any better than that. Now, again, there's a real possibility that I did that 121 when the car needed servicing, because I would have maybe quite possibly have focused on just getting around the time trial as opposed to setting a real fast lap. Oh, there we go. I've not even set a fast lap. It's invalid. But I'll do it to the end, and then we can see what time it would have been. So it looks like my time at the moment before this lap was 121, which I imagine I would have gone a lot quicker. Yeah. So I reckon I went round the time trial just to complete it. Whereas realistically, it looks like my time would have been 1:16. But obviously that time's not going to count because I went off track. They are 1:16.340. I reckon I can go faster than that as well. But that's the benchmark. So if you want to see just how much better you are at this game than me, give the Hennessey Venom F5 a race on the time trial that is in the series it belongs to. Oh, you got it to max, have you, Carlos? Well, obviously you'll be quicker than me then. That's good to hear. I haven't. Yeah, so I've not even maxed out the series. Yeah. So there we go. So one thing I didn't think through, and I'm going to have to think through this for the next stream that I do, is if you do have a car and it's not maxed out, you can only do 3 time trials before you've got to wait 15 minutes for to have another attempt at a time trial. Didn't think that one through. But not to worry, that was a little bit of fun. A bit of a shorter stream today. So just to summarize what I've done, just done a review of the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid Limited Series. Why I'm not going to do it seems to have been the right decision. And there is quite a lot of talk about the Tier 13, the first race in Tier 13 being almost impossible to do. I don't think it is impossible, but I do think people are complaining because they have to upgrade the car more than what you would like it to do. The reason why I've decided not to do it is it doesn't open up any series. The car itself is you can buy in M dollars, so it's just going to cost me gold. So yep, excellent, Carlos. So I'm not gonna do it, but I will keep an eye on what happens with that and report in a later live stream if there's any news. Then what I did is I took the Aston Martin ONE-77 exclusive series to 100%. I've got 50 gold there. So my exclusive series completion is now shown at 37%. My goal is shown at 636. And then I just had a bit of fun doing some of the time trials. And I've sort of set you all a challenge in terms of going into the full throttle free-for-all. And if you have the Hennessey Venom F5, giving it a race round the time trial and see if you can beat 1 minute 16. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm not going to be doing a live stream on Sunday and Monday, mainly because there isn't a great deal of content available to racing on Real Racing 3. So my next live stream in regards to Real Racing 3 will be on Tuesday, and that will be at 1 p.m. UK time. Obviously, then we'll get an idea of the new cars that are available to upgrade, and there'll be a new time trial and a new multiplayer online event. So I will have some videos out, but I am not just player of games. I am also rider of roller coasters, and so on Sunday and Monday, I will be releasing some roller coasters that videos of roller coasters I've recently ridden. So hopefully you'll give that a watch. If not, I will see you hopefully for Tuesday's live stream at 1 p.m. So I just want to thank you all for joining. I'd like to thank you all for putting comments in the chat. Very much appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed this stream, albeit it's a little bit of a short one today. I wish that the rest of your day goes very well, and I hope to see you again at the next live stream, which will be on Tuesday at 1 p.m. UK time. Thank you and goodbye.